Hello. Sorry for the interruption. So before starting the webinar, we would like to bow our head before the lotus feet of Lord Dhanvantari. So just we should seek his blessing for the success of this webinar and for the well-being of all the people present here with us. So let us pray for Lord Dhanvantari with Dhanvantari Vandana.
नमामि धन्वन्तरिं आदिदेवं सुरासुरे वन्दित पादपद्मम् लोके जरारुकभयमृत्युनाशम् दादारमीशम् विविधौषधीनां धन्वन्तरिं रमानाथं सर्वरोगनिवारकम् आयुर्वेदप्रवर्तारम् वन्दे पीयूषदायकम् सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Om Dhanvantaraye Namaha. Om Dhanvantaraye Namaha. So before starting today's webinar, I would like to share a few lines about our Prabodhini webinar series and what is our aim and what we have reached till today. So Prabodhini webinar series stages, and it is a heritage for India actually, and from India it is distributed to many countries and many foreign countries are following Ayurveda, and in India also it is our effort to make this reachable to everyone. So whatever is written in our ancient treatises is actually very difficult to understand, and we need us. So for that we have started this Prabodhini webinar series, and it is our effort to collect all the gems from Ayurveda, who can share their knowledge, who can share all the practicality of these shlokas and treatment sutras with all of us, and also encourage us to practice Ayurveda in our practical field. So Prabodhini webinar series, our patron is Dr. Shailendra Yadav, Chairman, JS Group, co is Dr. Yadav, Director, and Vener K. Srinivas Sir, Principal of our college. Organizers of Prabodhini webinar series are Dr. Niharanjan Mahanta, Associate Professor, Department of Panchakarma, Dr. Sheenas DS, Assistant Professor, Department of Panchakarma, Dr. Gaurav Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Shalyatantra, and of course me, Dr. Preetimai Sahu, Associate Professor, Department of Chikitsa. Prabodhini webinar series was started on 25th April 2023, and every month we are organizing one webinar, and we have completed up to Parva 5 till now. Today we have reached Parva 6, and before starting the webinar, I would like to revise the rules and regulations of this webinar. So registration is mandatory to all. Registration is done through filling the Zoom forms provided to join the WhatsApp group Prabodhini through the link provided as all the further proceedings will be intimated in the group. On successful submission of the form, you will get a confirmation mail containing Zoom meeting joining link. Please join the webinar with the link provided. Your name and email ID in the Google form should be correct, as it will be used in your e-certificates. Many people are joining with other names, numbers, Vivo, Realme, like that. So please change your name. Please keep your original name with which you need your certificate. So your email ID and your name particularly should be absolutely correct while filling the Google form. E-certificates will be provided to all the participants attending the webinar more than 45 minutes. So 45 minutes attendance is a must, compulsory for this webinar to get your e-certificate. You will get your e-certificates to email ID registered within 7 working days, and thus there is no need to share your email IDs during the webinar session. So these were some rules and regulations to follow. Today, actually, we have a webinar in our organizing committee, the whole team of Dravya Guna department, and Dr. Yellappa sir will be moderating today's webinar. Take the mic from me. Thank you.
Sorry for the interruption. Good afternoon to everyone. I heartily welcome to all for our Prabodhini webinar series Parva-5. Topic is Bheshajavacharaneeyam, criteria for the selection of drugs in disease. I am Dr. L Hegde, Professor and HOD in the Department of Dravya and Sri Babu Singh Jai Singh Ayurvedic Medical College, Farakabad. I warmly thank our management chairman sir, Dr. Shailendra sir, and chairperson Dr. Sunita Yadav, and also Dr. Srinivas BK, principal of our college, for given me an opportunity as a moderator for this webinar. I am very happy to introduce today's our guest speaker, Dr. Prakash Hegde, presently working as an associate academic PG professor and HOD in the Department of Dravya in esteemed Institute STM Ayurveda Medical College, Dharwastha, Hassan. He completed BAMS in Mysore University, got second rank, and he got gold medal for securing highest marks in the Dravya. He completed MD in Bangalore Government AMC in 2003. He did PhD in Rajasthana Ayurveda University in 2010. Present position, chairperson PCIM and H Pharmacopoeia Commission for Indian Medicine and Homeopathy, NCISM, New Delhi. Member ASU DTAB, Ayurveda Siddha Inani Drug Technical Advisory Board, New Delhi. He delivered speeches as a resource person in more than 50 national and international conferences in India and abroad. More than 66 articles published national and international level. He has written Dravya textbook volume 1, 2 and 3 according to the NCSM syllabus. He has given radio talk more than 125 in Radio Sanjeevani, telecasted from Hassan radio station and Chitradurga radio station, and also many TV programs related to health talks, established Madhumeha Diabetes Clinic at SDM College of Ayurveda, Hassan, since 2003. And it's a simple drug and it's a preparation. Thousands of people get benefited. University responsibilities, recognized PhD guide, recognized PG guide, recognized PG examiner, and recognized PG PhD examiner. I hope this webinar will be more informative and definitely helpful in the treatment of the disease. If you have any questions, you put your questions in the chat box. Now I hand over to our Dr. Prakash Hegde sir to proceed the webinar.
Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Slides are moving.
Moving.
Yes, sir, it's moving.
Pardon?
Moving, sir.
I think the voice is not that loud. My voice is clear?
Clear, sir, clear.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Let me begin, I think. Sorry for technical glitch. And we are ready now for the session. I hope I can continue. Yes? May I?
Sir. Okay, sir. Continue,
Okay,
sir.
okay. Yeah. From your side, the voice is not that clear for me, but it's okay, fine. I think I got a great. I would like to thank everybody who has involved. Um, Maybe we are a little late for the session, but definitely we will complete in time. Coming on to the topic, because whoever in the field definitely concepts when the person is going. I am not able to share the screen.
Sir, you are now co-host, sir. You can save.
I can share the screen now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Clear? Dr. Yellappa? Is it moving?
Voice is not clear.
Slides are moving? Slides are moving, sir?
Yes, sir.
Audible?
Yes, sir. Clearly audible.
Okay, fine. Sorry again. Let me begin because as we were in first. So Bheshajavacharaneeyam is nothing but selection of a selection criteria for any protocol. If you consider, maybe it may be treatment, or it may be selection of any particular drug, or it may be selecting any particular panchakarma therapy. Anything may be considered under this heading of Bheshajavacharaneeyam adhyaya. So you may be knowing, having a doubt that why this has been included in second year syllabus. So that too, in second paper, the first point is Bheshajavacharaneeyam. So the very reason why we have kept this particular Bheshajavacharaneeya adhyaya, or to know more about the concepts of Bheshajavacharaneeya, that is selection criteria of drug. So there are 97 drugs which are being in Praguna. It's for preparation out of these 97 drugs. So those 97 drugs which are mentioned, they are commonly used by many physicians throughout the India and also abroad. By proper preparation, proper selection of the drug, proper treatment, the patient definitely is going to get better results, or he is going to get before learning in detail about each drugs which are told in the second paper. 97 drugs are there, no? So those drugs are studied properly, and the application part has to be based on Bheshajavacharaneeyam of Ashtanga Sangraha Sutra Sthana 23rd chapter. The whole chapter, that is 23rd chapter Sutra Sthana of Ashtanga Sangraha, that is titled as Bheshajavacharaneeyam, which contains lot of information regarding how to select a drug, what are the points to be considered before going for any type of treatment with modalities, what has to be avoided, what has to be included, what are the things which can be added with one particular drug so that it can be potentified. All such informations are dealt in this particular chapter. That's why before stepping into practice, having the best possible knowledge regarding Bheshajavacharaniya is must for any Ayurveda doctor. With this introduction, I would like to deal the chapter Bheshajavacharaniya under these headings. That is significance of Bheshajavacharaniya, merits, demerits, Rogi Pariksha, Dosha Pariksha, Deha Desha Pariksha, Aushadha Pariksha, Kala and Aushadha Sambandha, Aushadha Kala. So these are the contents of my whole presentation. Coming on to the first point, that is significance of Bheshajavacharaniya Adhyaya, Bheshajavacharana. So there are 4 points which are enlisted in this slide. They are to give best treatment. So whoever the patient who comes or who visit any doctor, he'll be having a notion to receive the best possible treatment from the doctor. That's what with that we believe only he'll come to the doctor. So here, if the doctor is well versed in all these concepts of Bheshja Avacharana, then there is a possibility of receiving possible treatment from the doctor. So that's why the complete knowledge regarding the then a second point is to avoid any complications. It is possible that if I'm going for any particular treatment, maybe panchakarma procedures, there is always a chance of facing so many complications during the course of the treatment. So if such treatment are to be done, if I am very well planned, then I can definitely avoid or I can minimize the possible complications which may occur during the course of the treatment. That's why this point, Bheshajavacharana, no, it gives lot of emphasis on these aspects of treatment. Then third one is for patient's compliance. So here, whatever the treatment which you may give, but patient has to accept gleefully, or he has to feel the treatment is not causing any discomfort to him. So if the treatment is of so much difficult one and it is difficult for the patient to follow all the what rules and regulations which are to be followed during the course of the treatment, then the patient may avoid taking the treatment or he may stop the treatment somewhere in between, then the result may not be achieved. So that's why it's also very important to have very, very good information or complete information regarding Bheshajavacharana to make a possible compliance for the patients. Then last one is to ensure safety of the patients. So whatever the treatment or whatever the drug which we may advise or prescribe to the patient, unless it is safe, we should not prescribe first thing. So why? Because there are so many poisonous drugs which are being used in Ayurveda, like maybe after purification and all. So poisonous medicine or drugs which can be used if it is properly utilized, used for various kinds of that can be effectively utilized while treating any cases. These are the 4 important reasons why one has to know completely about Bheshajavacharana. Then coming on to the next point, merits and demerits of Bheshajavacharana. So here, obviously, there is only merits for this Bheshajavacharana chapter or the concepts. absolutely there is no question of any demerits, because this is for added or for following the best possible treatment protocol. One has to have complete knowledge regarding Bheshajavacharana. So there is no chance of any demerits when it comes to Bheshajavacharana. So what are the few important merits which we can consider here are, there is a possibility of perfect treatment to the patient. So, whatever the disease which is afflicting the patient who visit you, definitely will get the best possible treatment if you are having complete picture of Bheshajavacharana. Then there is no possible complications if the person who is well versed with Bheshajavacharana, and there is best possible results. So what is there in this Bheshajavacharana? As I said, this particular concept, which is very well explained in Ashtanga Sangraha, Sutrasthana, 23rd chapter. So there are 36 shlokas, which all the shlokas which are emphasizing mainly on the criteria which are to be followed during the course of the treatment. So the first he begins with, because everything starts with examination of the patient. We call it as, or it is mentioned as Atura Pariksha. So Atura Pariksha means examination of the patient. So without examination of the patient, you can't go for any treatment. So what are the concepts which are explained in this particular chapter are, like the shloka is second one here. What is the importance of this history taking? You all know that history taking, it is equal to half treatment. You all know that. So what are the different points which are included under this history taking are, Bheshajam avacharayan prageva tavad evam aturam pariksheta. Before administering any medicine, you are supposed to examine the patient. So maybe we have to come for a conclusion or a diagnosis which has to be pinpointed, or accurate diagnosis which may yield the better treatment. So here, what are the different points which are included under examination of the patient? That is, kasmin ayam deshe jatam. So in which region he is born. Then samradho, in which region he has grown up. Then which region he has become diseased. Such points are explained in this whole shloka. Like what are the different activities he is adopting in his day-to-day practice, or what are the different diseases the people are suffering in that particular region, what are the weather condition, everything has to be noted properly before planning a treatment. So the whole meaning of this shloka you can observe here, like different points are included under this particular photo picture here. So Rogi Pariksha, like in which region is he born, then where has he been brought up, then where has he developed the diseases. Then remaining points, like which are the type of food items which he is consuming every day. Then what are the different activities he does during the whole day and night. Then what is the strength of that atura or patient. Then what are the different mental attitudes which he is having. Then what are the accustomed things, like sattva, what we say. Then what are the likes, dislikes of the patient. What are the prevalent diseases which are present in the region where he's staying. Then what are the suitable and unsuitable things of the people living in that particular region. Everything has to be noted. So then only you can plan for the treatment. So why this? For example, if one particular dosha is aggravated, then it may not be because of only one reason. There are several reasons which may lead to the aggravation or vitiation of any particular dosha. That's why it's very important, because see, you have noted, okay, this particular dosha is aggravated. Maybe Laghu Guna is asking the person to stop only one particular thing. He may stop it. But the disease is going to continue. Very important to evaluate what are the different causative factors for the disease. manifestation of the disease. So all these, if a doctor gets all these information, then it will definitely facilitate the treatment. That's the whole meaning of the here Vata is shown in this slide. So in this shloka, how Vata is aggravated, what are the different qualities which are responsible for aggravation of the Vata. So what has to be done, like what are the different dravyas which are having different rasas has to be selected. So what happens if one particular rasa is selected, leaving out all other rasas? What happens? What are the outcomes? Like whether the dravya which is selected is having good potency or it is of mild, everything is included under this shloka. So which we can understand like this. To simplify this shloka, which I have presented with this schematic representation. So Vata Vriddhi, let us take an example here, Vata Vriddhi. So for aggravation of Vata, so there are different factors which are involved. Maybe a consumption of the bad food. So that is one very important reason. That's why Vata may get aggravated. Then different bad activities, maybe waking up till late night, what we say Ratri Jagarana is one of the very important causative factor which is leading to Vata Vriddhi. Then coming on to the next point, which is very important, whatever the ahara or food items which the person consumes, maybe having Ruksha, Laghu and Shita Guna Pradhana. So if the person continuously taking these Gunayukta ahara dravyas, definitely it will lead to Vata Vriddhi. So once Vata Vriddhi is there, then definitely it leads to Vishination of Dhatu Vegadharana. So Vegadharana is again a very important reason which aggravate Vata, then it may lead to so many diseases like Udavata and all. So most of the other, like most of the doctors which neglect, definitely there will be aggravation of Vata. Then if the person is again having grief, particular shloka. So if a person diagnoses there is Vata Vriddhi is there, then if he select Madhura, Amla and Lavana, so what happens? These Rasayukta dravyas definitely going to cause some, going to pacify the Vata dosha. So in turn, or other hand, if the person or doctor who advises Katu Tikta Kashaya Rasayukta dravyas, definitely the condition is going to aggravate. That's why it is very important to know the concept where which kind of Rasayukta dravyas has to be administered to the patient. That's why it is very, very important one. So what happens? So, the disease may be because of mild causes, or it may be because of moderate causes, and it may be because of severe causes also. There are n number of causes which are leading to aggravation of the Vata or any particular dravya. So if the reasons are or causative factors are of mild, then it leads to manifestation of the mild disease, and moderate causes which leads to manifestation of the moderate diseases. On the other hand, if the causative factors are severe, then they cause or manifest into severe diseases. That's why it's very important to know the causative factors, whether the person or patient who has consumed those causative factors which are of mild nature or moderate nature or severe nature has to be assessed, then this will help in treatment. That's what the shloka includes. Then there are some similar conditions, 23rd chapter, third shloka. So if there are dissimilar conditions, suppose two doshas are aggravated, maybe Vata and Pitta, then what has to be done? What are the permutation and combinations which are possible for the treatment has to be, it has to be known to the doctors before going for any particular treatment, like in which avastha, what has to be administered, what are the different possible dravyas which may aggravate the conditions, or because of particular places, sthana, vishesha, all these things are included in this shloka. So here, once we diagnose the case, or maybe because we have enlisted nidana, purva rupa, upashaya, and samprapti, everything is prepared, assessed, evaluated. Then we have to go for treatment. So treatment is possible, maybe aushadha chikitsa, it has to be evaluated. That is whether the drug which is used, anything, any disturbances?
No, sir, continue.
Okay, because I heard somebody is talking. Right, suitable drug or not, then whether the drug which is used is having appropriate potency or not, that has to be I'll be just giving the information why these points has to be considered before administering the treatment. Then what dose has to be planned, because all these are based on Vyadhi Bala and Vyadhita Bala. So the power of the disease, if it is so much, if you are giving very less dose, definitely you are not going to get any result out of it. On the contrary, if the disease is mild, but you are administering so much stronger medicine with higher dose, definitely you will be end up in certain problems. So that is also important. So here, assessing Vyadhi Bala and Vyadhita Bala, the strength of the disease and strength of the deceased, that is a patient, has to be assessed before going for any particular treatment. Again, what happens once if it is not assessed properly? That has been included or explained in this particular shloka of Ashtanga Sangraha Sutrasthana, 23rd chapter of Bheshajavacharaneeyam. Like suppose you are going for some Shodhana karma, or you may go for Agni karma, Kshara karma, Shastra karma. So many varieties of karmas are explained for different diseases. So all these has to be decided based on Vyadhi Bala or Vyadhita Bala. This slide is very important for us. This speaks about what has to be done before selecting any medicine. So how to select a particular medicine or treatment? So here, Samshana, Agni, Shastra, Kshara, Samshamana, all these are different modalities of treatment. What we say, Chikitsa. So here, one weighing machine is shown in this slide. So in one arm, Vyadhi is there, on another arm, Aushadha is there. So if Vyadhi and Aushadha are balanced properly, then proper treatment is possible. If Vyadhi Bala is more, it's weighing more, your Aushadha is very light, then there won't be any treatment, proper results. On the other hand, if Vyadhi Bala is less, your medicines are more, instead of curing the disease, it may lead to so many other complications like Glani, Murcha, Mada, Moha, and Balakshaya. All these are possibilities. So that's why striking a balance between Vyadhi and Aushadha is very, very important before taking any decision for treatment. Then in this shloka, again, this has been explained. There are different kinds of patients. The patient may be atisthula, or what we say obese, or he may be very lean, krasha. He may be having very less strength, durbala, what we say. And like our anavaghada, mamsa, if it is not possible, like not having good compactness in the dhatus, everything has to be evaluated before going for any treatment protocol. So here, the same shloka is being explained in this slide. The person who is atisthula, stout, then the person is krisha, emaciated, if the person is generally debilitated or weak, durbala, what we say, then the person who have their body part not having well knit muscles or blood and bones, like Anavagada, Mamsa Shonita, all these are explained, no? Mamsa Shonita Asti. Then the person who is having very poor digestive ability, his Agni is so less, then amount of food, then he's habituated to unaccustomed foods, and whose body is impoverished. So that is the person who is not well nourished, so may be facing so many problems, like he may be incapable of any strong medicines. So what has to be done? It is very well understood that in case of these kind of people, there has to be certain criteria for selection of one particular drug. That is, treatment has to be mild. Otherwise, he will not withstand the power of the medicine, strong medicines. It will end up in different problems. So again, we have to keep in our mind, fixing appropriate dose is very, very important for any chikitsa. So the drugs which are very mild in nature, not doing anything good for severe diseases, or if the person is strong, because they can the person can withstand stronger medicines also. And on the other hand, if the medicines are very strong, without assessing the strength of a person, if you have prescribed, then it may increase the problem or aggravate the doshas. Moving on to the next, continuing the Aushadha Pariksha, shloka number 7 here. So the big shloka is there, right? What is the proper medicine? We have to evaluate first, assess first, then we have to go for selection of it. Like Idavemam in your previous classes. Like the shloka is quite big, so I have put in this form. Whole shloka is included under this schematic representation. What for we have to examine? Drug is examined for there are two kinds. One is conceptually whether the drug is suitable for administration. So that includes rasa, virya, vipaka, guna, karma, and prabhava. So we have to look at the dravya in terms of these headings, whether the dravya is possessing proper rasa, proper virya, proper vipaka, proper gunas, and in turn whether it is bringing proper karma has to be evaluated before administering the drug to the patient. Apart from it, so from which place it's been collected, or from where it is grown, because individually, for example, amalaki, which is grown in south, right? So that may have different potency when it is compared to northern part of India. So that's why where it is grown, that is also very important point to know. Then what is the particular season for a collection? Our acharyas have clearly said the season of collection, dravya sangrahana kala. So that has to be considered very important point before going for any preparations. Then method of preservation, because if the collected drugs which are not properly preserved, definitely it is going to be spoiled, or it is going to be affected with fungus. So if it is infested, then it cannot be used in any of the treatment. Then we need to know correct mode of using of any particular drug. Then again, a very important one, other than you are supposed to know which are the prohibited modes of use. Then how to process, what are the different methods of processing of any drug has to be evaluated. Then what are the different combinations can be made, like sometimes one particular drug may not be possible for us to give complete result. So that time what has to be done, it has to be mixed with certain other drug which is having compatible nature with the other drug. So that compatibly has to give some synergetic effect so that the drug will be very potent one. Then what is the particular procedure of use? Then what dose it has to be used? Everything has to be considered. That's what it is what said in the shloka Aushadha Pariksha in terms of Rasa Virya Vipaka Guna Prabhava and all these factors, place of growth, season of collection, etc. Then what has to be done? How the physician can achieve, or how he can achieve this knowledge? So that is possible by studying literatures. By studying various literatures, we do have samhitas, nigantus, even Vedas also have so many informations regarding medicine. So there are so many there in and around us. So we need to master these literatures. Then he should, or the physician has to have practical experience also. You all know that practical makes man perfect. So continuously he has to upgrade his knowledge and he has to gain mastery over the concepts. Then there are some diseases where we need to go out of the classical methodologies. So there, intelligent of the physician is very, very important. If the physician is intelligent, then definitely he can plan particularly meticulously. He can plan and he can bring out the best possible result. So in that moment, the physician, intelligent physician himself will be the judge. Next, 8th shloka. In this shloka, Kala Aushadha Sambandha, that is the relation between time and treatment. It has been explained. Like Kalascha Bheshajasya Yogyatam Adadati. Like that, the explanation starts. Like in this slide, it has been explained here. Kala, in general, we can consider two. That is, Kala is Kshana and Muhurta, like that measurable Kala we have. Then apart from it, another Kala is stages of the diseases. Avastha of any particular disease also can be included under Kala. Then there are different seasons. Like we have Ayanas, Uttarayana, Dakshinayana. We do have 6 Rutus. All those are divided separately. Like we do have 3 seasons. One is cold season, second one is hotter season, and rainy season. Varsha Rutu and Hemanta Shishir Rutu, then Vasanta Grishma Rutu. So all those things we all know. So before administering the chikitsa to any patient, we need to know, or we need to be very well aware about the seasons or Kala. Coming on to the Shodhana therapies, this is very, very important information for everybody. Vamana and Virechana, these are the 2 important Panchakarma therapies or procedures which are commonly practiced by most of the Ayurveda Vaidyas. So the question comes, like, when can one administer Vamana and Virechana therapies, or what are the ideal times, or what is the ideal treatment protocol of Vamana and Virechana? That has to be studied properly. We need to have complete information regarding this particular thing, because we always have to have proper Panchakarma results from Vamana or Virechana. So it has to be planned properly. Otherwise, there will be inadequate bouts, or sometimes, see, 6 Vegas of Vamana, if it is happening, means it is Uttama Vega. So because of proper adoption of proper procedure methods, so then you can achieve that 6 Vegas. So if proper procedures are not followed, maybe in different seasons and all, if it is conducted, then there may be inadequate Vegas. So that is why it is very, very important, because inadequate Vegas of Vamana and Virechana definitely results in some complications, right? So that's why it's very important to know about what is the ideal season for administration of these Vamana or Virechana procedures. In this shloka, what are the times where it can be admit during cold seasons, one should avoid the administration of Vamana or Virechana therapies, because during this cold season, what happens is the body is exposed to cold breeze, so that's why it becomes victim of severe cold. So once it is exposed to severe cold, then doshas are there, no, that becomes stable or it becomes stagnated. So then it becomes heavy. So again, which increases the doshas like vata and all. Purificatory therapy or drugs should have particular season, particular potency. Everything has to be particular in nature. So if we are deviating from the procedures, definitely we are going to end up in inadequate bouts, or what we say vegas, vamana vegas or virechana vegas are going to be reduced. That's why it will not result in any curing of the disease. Instead, the disease which is of vata origin will be aggravated. And again, Varsha is also not suitable season for inducing Vamana or Virechana therapy. That is again because this season is also not suitable for administration of Vamana or Virechana therapies, because there are Amla Rasa Vradhi, which is going to happen in Varsha Rutu, all of you know. During Vasanta Kala or Vasanta Rutu, there is aggravation of Kapha dosha is there. That's why Vamana is suitable for Kapha dosha, it is said. Sharad Rutu is suitable for Virechana, like that. So Varsha Rutu is again not suitable for Vamana or Virechana. So if possible, you can go for Basti therapy, because Basti is useful in case of Vata Vriddhi. What happens during Varsha Rutu here are entire vegetation will be having very poor potency. So potency should be good, which is to be administered for inducing Vamana and Virechana. So if potency is so poor, then it is again not going to cause any proper results. So during this, the medicine will be very, very tender in nature. So again, it will have less potency. Then during this Varsha Ritu, there will be a reduction of the heat of the earth. So that will not help for the maturity of the plants. So immature plants cannot be having any particular chemical constant which is required in quantity. That's why it cannot be used. Why not Grishma again? Slide only. So what is suitable season or Rutu for administration of Vamana or Virechana? So the temperature is increased, so that's why it may result in so many other problems. The person will have a severe perspiration, and the doshas which will be very, very loose in nature, and the purificators drugs which are not hot in potency, again which are not able to penetrate tissues. Sometimes because of the potency increase of heat or potency, it may cause active bowel of gas. Vamana is done during Vasanta Rutu, and Virechana is done during Sharad Rutu. So that's how it has to be done. Is there any technical issues? Yes?
Okay, sir. Continue.
Is there any technical issue?
No, sir.
No, okay. Right. So then the next very important point is Aushadha Kala. We all are very familiar with this. The Aushadha Kala of 11 types are explained in Ashtanga Sangraha Sutrasthana 23rd chapter, Bheshajavacharaneeyam Adhyaya. Here, most of us, like we doctors, are not having much importance for Vaishaja Sevana Kala. That means the time of administration of the medicines. That should not be, because it should be given equal importance. Our acharyas have given a lot of emphasis on these concepts. It's not only administering the drug anytime when you want. It should be administered in proper time. Because Aturavasthasu Kalaha Kala. That means by knowing about of the dignity has to be before administering the drug. That's been this chapter. Like Bhaktam Prabodhini Parva-6 they are Prag, Adhubhakta, Sabhakta, Rabhakta, Sanghakta, Muhu. So, why does it are at we say? And in case of Sarvanga Loga, this particular Aushadha Kala is advised. Then moving on to the next one, that is Antara Bhakta. Antara Bhakta means that is after digestion of the previous meal. Suppose if the person has taken morning meal, once the morning taken meal is digested, that time the medicine has to be administered. Okay, it can be applied to the night meal also. Then where and all this can be given is the person who is having very good Agni, Deeptagni, then this particular Antara Bhakta is advised in case of Vyanavata Vikriti by Ashtanga Sangraha Kala. And Samudga, this is one of the special method of or special time of administration of Aushadhas. Like twice the medicine has to be administered. That is just before the meals and immediately after the meals. So this is called as Samudga. Where and all it can be advised is in case of Hikka, Kampa, Akshepaka. Kampa means tremors. Then Urdhva Adha Samshaya Dosha. If the doshas are accumulated in both upper and lower extremities, this particular time of Sevanakala, that is Aushadha Sevanakala, is advised. Then Muhurmuhu. So the name only suggests that Muhurmuhu means frequent. The medicine has to be taken again and again. So it's very well understood that the disease which are analyzed like Shwasa, Kasa, Hikka, Krishna, Chardi, Visha, all these are Vegakalini Vyadis. Like sometimes they will be having bouts or attacks, asthma attacks, all those things are there. Like this is the particular time of administration, that is Muhurmuhu, is advised in these type of diseases because there it needs frequent administration of the medicine. The last three are Sagrasa, Grasantara, and Nishi. Grasa refers to morsel. So morsel means one morsel. If we are taking with our meal, that time medicine has to be administered with that. Like that, they have told Sagrasa, Grasantara, and Nishi. Sagrasa, that is with the morsel of food. Here again, two things are there. It may be with first or second morsel of food, with that medicine has to be given, or it can be with all the morsels of food, one has to consume the medicine. So depending upon our requirement, we have to plan. So here, Agni Deepana and Vajikarana. So for Agni Deepana Artha, Sagrasa is advised. Then for having aphrodisiac effect, so for Vajikaranatha, it is advised. So then Grasantara, the Grasantara refers to taking medicine in between two morsels. Okay, again, it can be between first and second morsel, or second or third morsel of the food, like that. So it is advised In case of Hridaya Vikara, etc., it is advised. So the final one is Nisha. Nisha refers to night. Consumption of the medicine during night. So this is very well mentioned. That is Jatrudva Vikaras. The disease above the clavicle. This particular Aushadha Sevana Kala is advised. That's how 11 Aushadha Sevana Kalas are advised. So it's not like simply advising things. You need to know what are the restrictions also. Like further restrictions are told. For example, abhakta, Aushadha Sevana Kala. The person who may be having a very good strength, he may take it. But you should avoid the person who is thirsty, who has just drunk the cold water, who has got indigestion. All these stages are to be considered before advising or before going for administration of the medicine. Then this is a very, very important reference from Ashtanga Sangraha Sutra Sthana 23rd chapter. I would like to request each and everyone to follow this methodology, which is told in Ashtanga Sangraha. That is, Rogamadau Pariksheta, Tadanantaram Aushadam, Tadakarma Vishak Paschat, Dhanapurvam Samachare. So that means the diseases has to be examined first, then followed by the drug. Okay. So once disease is examined, then evaluation of the drug is done, then you can go for the treatment modalities. This is very, very important. It should not be otherwise. So what are the precautions has to be taken? Agni is very important aspect here. If the Samshodhana Karma, what next? So doshas should be cleared from the body by following harmless method, but it should be effective also. So that should be the plan of treatment. So this is possible once the doctor is well versed, having very good information or very good knowledge regarding the examination, evaluation method, everything. Sometimes the drug may be very, very useful, very strong, everything is there. But those drugs may not be accepted easily. For example, one particular drug having a very, very bitter taste. So then how can the patient can take it? There is difficulty. So he may not be able to take, or he may hate it. That's why there is one option that by adopting or by subjecting it into various procedures, samskaras, what we say, so we can change the taste of it, and we can make the drug acceptable. But one thing we have to keep in your mind, changing taste is okay, but change of taste should not affect the efficacy of the drug. That should be the very, very important point we need to consider. So the drug or the medicine which is good for nourishing, and it gives very good strength, and if it brings happiness, I don't know, there are again there is some issues with the thing, maybe another 2 or 3 slides are there. I'm just going to wind up. So we need to assess the doshas. What are the different seasons where doshas are get aggravated? Like Kapha is aggravated in Vasanta Rutu, Vata is aggravated in Varsha Rutu, Pitta is aggravated in Sharad Rutu. Depending upon the season and what has to be done, which are the suitable season for expelling the doshas out of the body, it has to be known to the doctor, like Chaitra, Shravana, and Kartika Masas, which are told. And which I told already, like during Pravarat Rutu, that is just before Varsha Rutu, there is Vridhi of Vata. Sharad Rutu is the season where Vridhi of Pitta is going to happen. Then Vasanta Rutu is the one where Kapha Vridhi is happening. So these are the season very suitable for Vamana during Vasanta, Virechana during Sharad Rutu, and Basti during Pravrat Rutu or Varsha Rutu. So sometimes there is lot of changes in the weather. For example, a season may be summer season, but that time that it may rain because of severe increased temperature, everything and all. Climate changes. There is possibility of experiencing 3 seasons in a day. Morning it may be raining, afternoon summer, evening cold, like that. So what has to be done if that is the reason? So if that is the reason, means you need to create a condition which is suitable. Suppose it is so cold, you need to improve or increase the temperature of the room. Room temperature has to increase, has to be increased, so that what is the required temperature has to be maintained for conducting the procedure. Then, if after doing all the treatment, if there is no little result after 7 days, then what has to be done? Shall we say it is failure? It's not like that. So that's what it is said. Saptahena gunalabhe kritamanyam prayojayet. That means after 7 days, if results are not obtained, then you can alter the treatment, can change the treatment. But they have advised that mixing of two kinds of treatment, like suppose Vamana and Virechana at once, cannot be conducted. That's what it has been said. So even there is a slightest improvement is there, then also you have to continue the treatment. That's what advice is given by Acharya Vagbhata. So you need to hear, it's for mentioned for kings. So those were the days kings were there, but now it can be considered for Sukumaras, who is very tender in nature. For them, the drug should be pleasant, small in quantity. So it should be pure, which is scientifically prepared, which is possessing very good qualities in it. So which is found efficacious, are to be used, administered to the king, it is said. Nrapa, it is said. Nrapati means those were the days kings were looked after very well. But now we don't have such ruling and all. What we have is, we do have many tender patients, Sukumaras. And it's very important, like the physician, if he is having little doubt for any treatment of any disease, then he is open for discussion with his fellow colleagues or experts, then or friends or anybody. Then he should plan the treatment so that patient will not have any loss, or the treatment will be very, very good one. So how can you give one this very important concept, that is, it is not required for us to look at different places for any medicines. It is very well known that what is the region where the person lives, there only the medicines are available. That has been explained in this particular shloka. So that is uchito yasya yo deshastajjam tasya ushadam hitam. That means one which is the drug which is available in that particular region is suitable for administration. That's what it has been said. How can you improvise the potency of drug? For that also we do have reference from Ashtanga Sangraha Bheshajavacharaneeyam. That is, maybe by subjecting it to various procedures, you can make the drug potent. So these are the procedures, like maybe by adding something, by purifying, or by soaking it for some time, you can improve the potency of the drug. So by doing this, a mild drug can be converted into moderate, or moderate can be converted into strong medicines. So, improving the quality is very, very important for us. So once the quality is improved, you all know the samskaro hi gunantara dhanmuchyate. So by increasing the quality of any drug, you can definitely treat the case better. That's what it has been said. So with this, I would like to conclude by saying Bheshajavacharana is very, very important concept which ought to be known to everyone who is practicing Ayurveda. So it's not neglecting the concepts of Ayurveda, practicing Ayurveda is possible. It's not possible at all. So ultimately, to have better results in our treatment modalities, we need to give a lot of importance to the concepts of uh, like Bheshajavacharana, that is selection criteria, has to be followed. So that's why all these things are discussed very well in Bheshajavacharane of Ashtanga Sangraha Sutrasara 23rd chapter. That's why we have included in our syllabus, thinking that definitely it is going to be very, very useful for administration of 97 drugs which are explained or mentioned in second paper of Dravyaguna. With this, I would like to conclude. Before concluding, I would like to thank Dr. Srinivas GK, the principal of the college, who is my good old friend, and Dr. Yellappa, who is the professor and head department of Dravyaguna, and all the faculties, teaching and non-teaching faculties of the college, and all the dear students, friends, and everybody who have listened to this webinar. I would like to thank each and everyone for your support and your patience in listening. Because why I'm stressing upon this point is because there was some technical issues. I could able to join a little late because of technical glitches. But ultimately, because of everybody's support, we could complete. So with only one concept, we may not achieve so many things. So let us all learn, have depth of the knowledge, and finally, let us all come with flying colors. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable information regarding the selection of the drug in the disease. Next we go for the questionnaire session. One question from our colleague. In pediatric, what are the dosage forms can be used?
Okay. Pediatric form, pediatric patients, you all know that we consider them as Sukumara. Okay. They are very tender. So ultimately, they have to be given very, very less dose. And there are different formulas which are told. The best thing is Sharangadara Samhita is the best thing, where from one gunja he has given, like from 1 month, what has to be the dose. Everything is mentioned in Sharangadara Samhita of our like classical text written by Sharangadara. What should be the dose? And it is given in Rati always. Again, among children also, there may be difference in level of their strength. So again, depending upon the level of strength, you have to select the dose, one thing. And what are the dosage forms? Like children, if you feed any bitter medicaments, they will not take it at all. It's very important, make it acceptable by increasing the taste of the medicine is very, very important. Ultimately, it has to go inside, no? So that's why taste has to be increased, maybe in the form of lehia. So with it can be given with little honey, so they will cherish, they will relish it. And if the decoction has to be given, you can add a little bit of sharkara to it or guda without deviating from the concept. Little guda can be added so that they can take it gleefully. Yeah, that can be done. Thank you. Any other questions?
One more question. How can we plan the treatment for Viruddhaharajanya Vikaras with respect to Dravya?
Okay. Ahara is one of the very important reason, which is the main factor which leads to manifestation of the disease. That means manifestation of the disease means here by consumption of Viruddhahara only there is aggravation of the doshas. Okay. So here Viruddha means you should not consider that Lagu is not Viruddha for Vata. It's not like that. Lagu Ahara Dravya Sevana, if it continues, so that is actually Krama Viruddha. That means it is not the way that one has to consume a lot of Lagu or Ruksha or Shita Dravyas. Definitely it is going to cause concerned aggravation of concerned doshas. Like for example, Lagu, Shita and Ruksha Aharas definitely going to increase Vata dosha. So definitely it vitiates the Saptadhatus. In turn, it leads to manifestation of Vata Vyadhi. So Lagu Ahara is one of the cause. Like that, there are different causes. It's very important for us to avoid such Viruddha Ahara, which may lead to the aggravation of the doshas, so that treatment is possible. Nidana Parivarjanameva Chikitsa. We all know that. So Nidana Parivarjana has to be done first. So that means for that you need to take history properly. So what are the possible Viruddhaharas are consumed for this particular condition or aggravation of any particular doshas? Then you can plan the treatment. So Viruddhahara means one which is not suitable for the person. That can be considered like that.
Next question. Dose fortifying the drug with its own Swarasa makes it Guru or Lagu, sir. For example, Avartaki Pushpa Swarasa, Bhavita Avartaki Pushpa Churna makes it Guru or Lagu.
No, here. Okay, for example, if Avartaki is having Lagu Guna, right? So if you prepare Avartaki Kashaya, definitely it possesses Lagu. Okay. If it is given Bhavana for Avartaki Churna, definitely it is going to increase Lagu Guna only. Laghu plus Lagu increases Lagu. It doesn't become Guru, but its potency is going to be increased. That's it.
Sir, in Prameha, which is main rasa is good, and how it treatment and how to select drugs nowadays?
I didn't get your question.
Sir, in
You repeat.
Prameha, which is main rasa is good, and how it treatment and how to select drugs nowadays?
Okay. It's a valid question. I'll tell you. Prameha, there are 20 types, correct? But nowadays we are experiencing Madhumeha. Okay. So Madhumeha is a type of Vataja Prameha. Okay. So when it comes to Madhumeha, Kashaya and Tikta, these are the two rasas which are said to be good. Because the very Lakshana of Madhumeha is Prabhutavila Mutrata. Okay, so that is one thing. And here we have observed consumption of Madhura Ambala Lavana Rasas or Rasa Yukta Dravyas, which are going to aggravate the condition. That's why Kashaya and Tikta are better. So when you compare Kashaya and Tikta, Tikta is having a little bit edge, more edge when it comes to Madhumeha. I think there is a question like a hypertension. Shall I read out the question which is in chat box?
Okay, sir.
Okay. In conditions of hypertension, person if anidra is present, what are the drugs which can be administered without disturbing the blood pressure? So anidra is again one of the cause for hypertension. Okay, so that's why we need to look at the cause also there. The best drug which can be used in this condition is Sarpagandha. Okay, so Sarpagandha is Nidrakara and it is also anti-hypertensive. So the best preparation would be Sarpagandha and you can use it in any form, maybe Kashaya tablet is available, churna is also advisable. Okay, I hope I have answered it. And I think I have to start from beginning.
Okay, next. Sir,
Any
if
other question?
sir, one more question, sir. Sir, if
Ah.
Amla Rasa not said in Prameha, how about Amalaki? Raw Amalaki is Amla in nature, so not good for diabetes.
Okay, Amalaki is one of the best Rasayana Dravya which is told. That too, Nishamalaki we commonly advise. Maybe prevention or curing or managing the condition like Madhumeha. Here, Amalaki, maybe it is Amla Pradhana. I think I'm very clear here. Amla Pradhana. It is not only Amla Rasa. Okay, so here it is Amla Pradhana Pancharasa. So there are 5 rasas except Lavana rasa. This has to be considered. Then it is Guru Ruksha in nature, and it is Madhurvipaka and Shitavirya. Okay, so it is a Vichitra Pratyarabha Dravya possessing multiple pharmacological actions. That is why it is one of the best Rasayana Dravya. So this Madhumeha, where you can observe Ojonasha is happening. So there Amalaki is one of the good Rasayana Dravya, definitely increases the Oja by acting as Rasayana Dravya. So increase of Oja means it is nothing but having good strength. Becoming Durbala or generally general debility is very common among Madhumeha patient. So in that case, even Madhura Rasa Dravyas also it is certain Dravyas like Goksharas are also it is advised where Dhatukshayajanya Madhumeha is there. Okay, so in that way it is very good, and Nishamalaki is the best combination which is said. And for chemical constant, if you go through, it has got ellagic acid, and it is one of the best source for vitamin C, which is again very important for metabolism. Okay, so you all know that diabetes is one of the metabolic related diseases. That's why it is very well advised. But the thing is, you should not use hybrid amalaki. That's what hybrid amalaki is available in the market. That should not be used. So it is advised to use Vanya amalaki. That is comparatively small, which is once you taste it, you can feel other rasas also, not only amla rasa. Probably the amla rasas which are dominant in hybrid variety of they are sold in the market.
One more question, sir. Mainly drug acts on Virya or Guna?
It is nothing but same. Both are same in my understanding. So here there are 2 things you need to remember. One is Virya, whether it refers to only Virya or Virya also includes other concepts. So both are possible. So Virya, no doubt, which is responsible factor for any particular pharmacological action, but other factors like Vipaka, Rasa are also equally important. So to give one of the best example here is Tikta Rasa of Guduchis taking the role of Virya when it comes to Joragna activity, and Vrishyakarma of Pipali is attributed to Vipaka. So there Vipaka takes the role of Virya. So understanding Virya is not like it's only the potency. It may be Rasa also, it may be Vipaka also. But most of the time, 90% of the time, it is the Virya itself which is bringing out the karma. So it's all depending on all pancha padarthas which are residing in the dravya, which are contributing to the final outcome of the dravya. It may be virya, it may be rasa, it may be guna and all. So you all know that 8 important gunas among 20 are considered as virya. Why? Because the explanation is given in Ashtanga Hridaya, that is Samagra Guna Sarata. So that means most of the viryas, which are nothing but guna, but they possess extraordinary strength. That's why they are considered as virya. So there is no much difference between guna and virya, because we do have paribhashika virya vada. There will be two types of virya, and Ashtaveda viryas are explained. That is based on guna only.
And clear our doubts our audience. Next we go for the vote of thanks by Dr. Ravi Gaurav sir, reader in the Department of Dravaguna.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
On behalf of Sri Babu Singh Jai Singh Ayurvedic Medical College, and we are very much thankful to the Prakash L Hegde sir, who is in busy schedule. He agreed to conduct this seminar, and he is very well explained about the Bheshajavacharaneeyam, that is the selection of the drug. As you all know that the Bheshaja is one of the Chikitsa Pada, which is very essential for the treatment, successful of the treatment. So, sir, very well explained about the selection of the drug depending upon the dosha and condition, patient condition and disease conditions. So once again, I am thankful to the Dr. Hegde sir for his presentations, and I also thankful for our chairman sir, and also I thankful for our principal sirs and our Prabodhini team, Dr. Nihar sir and Dr. Preeti madam and our HOD Dr. Yellappa sir. Thank you and thank you and all. And also I will thank to our delegates who have participated in this webinar, and we will send the certificates of webinar within the 1 week. And on behalf of our Prabodhini team, we are conducting every month seminar regarding the different departments. So I will urge you to join every month for this Prabodhini seminars. And we will end this session with our national anthem. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. There is one question, no? Should I answer it?
Yes, sir. One question on thyroid is left, so you can answer.
That's what I just gone through the chat box. So I think here Lekhana Karma has to be considered. Okay, Lekhana Karma. Once it comes to thyroid, Galaganda or Gandamala, we give the example of Kanchanala. Okay, so Bovinia variegata or Bovinia purpurea, which is very like bark of it, we commonly advise. So the very property which is responsible for this, its action in case of thyroid is it's because of Lekhana Karma. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It was a very nice and informative session today, and many participants also got benefit from this session. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us, and in future
Yeah, sorry
also
for the
we
technical
will.
issue. I
Sir,
could not
technical
join in
issues
time.
are from here also, because network problem is there worldwide.
Okay.
So that is not in our hands. So,
Yeah.
overall, it was very, very nice. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.